Hola.
Hola.
Hola. Hola. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Just waiting a few minutes to see. Probably some more people are gonna sign in and then I'll get started. So did you guys take Spanish online before, or is this the first time online you're taking it?
I took it with you almost 2 years ago.
You did?
Yeah, so I've gone through 1 and 2 with you online, and then I had to take a break.
I don't remember you.
I think you were you just started doing it online. Or
At
maybe it was just
were
through
you
TCC.
WWCC or TCC?
TCC.
Are you sure it was 2 years ago? Because I started teaching online for TCC in 2012.
It might have been longer. I don't know.
Okay. I was gonna say it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, maybe it was the program was a little different. I don't remember. I just remember something new about it.
The program was, yeah, this program, was it Zoom? Did we meet in Zoom?
I didn't have Zoom yet.
Okay, so it was back before I had Zoom. I used a program called Collaborate.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Zoom's easier.
Yeah, I noticed.
It's just a URL. I feel like Blackboard Collaborate, we used to have to like click a million things to get into the room.
Mm-hmm.
I like Zoom a lot better. You'll actually see tonight, if you remember, I don't know how much you remember, because it sounds like you probably took it at least 2 to 3 years ago. So
yeah, I've been refreshing myself. I've been trying to go over vocab and all that stuff like that. But yeah, I remember bits of it. I mean, not horribly bad, but yeah, I was a little nervous tonight. I'm like, oh God, what am I going to remember when she asked me?
Well, I'm embarrassed. I don't even remember you. And I usually, if I had you for 121 and 122, I usually feel like I get to know my students pretty well. But you can imagine how many students I have every quarter.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, no worries.
Okay. All right, cool. We're cool. So I find that in my Spanish 123 class, I feel like I have the greatest variance of levels. Like I have students who still need a lot of support, and then I have quite a few native speakers. So whatever you need is cool with me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to facilitate your learning. So if you need a lot of help, then you're going to get a lot of help. And if you don't, and you like to speak a lot, and you just want to run on, go with it and speak a lot of Spanish on the topics, you can do that too. It's pretty flexible. I do need everybody to at least say something. So if you need help to say something, I can help you. If you don't, that's fine too. But this level is really conversationally based. I do go over grammar just like I did in Spanish 121, 122. But it's more like I talk about it and then I will switch the focus to a conversation. And the goal is that you're going to be able to have more spontaneous conversations. So instead of, if you remember, I know I had some of you guys for Spanish 121, 122, I give a lot of support and I type out sentences for you to just kind of fill in the blanks with. I try to not do that as much at this level. So it's you know, hearing it and then being able to answer the question. I might do like my answer first so you can hear what I would say, and then, you know, you can copy my answer if you need to, or if you need me to help you type it out, then I will do that too. Whatever you need. So, like I said, I know some of you, I don't know some of you. So Charles, you're new to me. What's your story? Hola.
Hola. So my story, yeah, I took a couple of quarters of Spanish with Daniel Call at
Okay.
TCU, but it's been about 2 years. Since that time, I've been at University of Washington in the physician assistant program there. And I'll finish that in August, and I need another Spanish credit, and I'm also doing a rotation that requires me to speak a fair amount of Spanish, so I need to get kind of brushed up. It's pretty rusty right now.
Yeah. Well, good. Hopefully this class will help you. If you have aspirations of speaking a lot of Spanish at work,
yeah,
1 hour a week is not going to be enough. So I
Yeah.
can hook you up with some other resources, some other things that would help you. Some free apps like Duolingo,
yeah,
stuff like that.
okay.
Cool. Though nice to meet you. And I know everyone in the middle row. Rebecca, I don't know you. Have you taken Spanish online before?
No, I have not. I took the first 2 sections of it with Carly Johnson.
Okay, but
I
not
just
she
got
also
out of-
teaches online, but you didn't take it
Not
online.
online, no. Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. But it was recent, so it's pretty fresh.
Yes.
All right, very good. And then Christina, I don't know you either. I'm so scared.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, you've had me for the past 3 quarters. How do you not know me?
yeah, I took Carly Johnson for 2 quarters, the first 2 quarters, Spanish 121 and 122.
Online or
on campus.
on campus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Carly is like one of the other few instructors at TCC that teaches online. So I wasn't sure. But yeah, so I have been teaching online for TCC for like 6 years. So I'm pretty comfortable with it. I don't even live in Washington. My husband's in the military. We move all over the country. I live in Texas right now. But TCC is really cool, and they still employ me no matter where I live. So It works out. Yeah, it works out. So you guys will find that, first of all, this is Zoom. So if you have never used Zoom or if you've never taken Spanish online before, this is my virtual classroom. Right now, we're kind of all just looking at people's faces, but I don't teach like this. Once everybody gets signed in, usually tonight I'm keeping us looking at each other like we're the Brady Bunch beginning. But once everybody gets signed in, I will share my desktop and I will pull up a PowerPoint. So this is how I teach. And tonight we're gonna start chapter 1. So hopefully you guys saw my email. I try to remember to send out something like that every Sunday, just to give you a heads up about what we're gonna be covering. You'll find it pretty helpful if you can go through the PowerPoint slides ahead of time, or read the chapter, or watch the videos as much as you can, so that you're not coming in here cold turkey. And then, like I said, what I'll do is I'll touch upon the grammar, but the grammar is really not meant to be learned in Language Lab. Language Lab is meant to be time for us to practice speaking Spanish. So, but I do touch upon it just because I feel like it helps, solidify the concepts that you should be reading about and watching the videos about, and then you guys can always ask questions and need more help. So I'm getting a lot of background noise, so I'm not sure who has their mic on, but it's helpful if you just keep your mic off until it's your turn to talk, and that way we won't hear the background noise. So yeah, I touch upon the grammar, and then I will, sometimes I'll have some practice activities to help you get it down, and then we'll have some conversation questions that we'll ask each other. So you're not graded on being correct. So I don't give anybody like an A or a B or a C for Language Lab. If you show up, if you participate, you get an A. All right, you get 10 points out of 10 points, or maybe it's 20 points out of 20 points. So, and this is worth 20% of your grade. So all you have to do is show up and talk, speak Spanish, please, preferably, and 20% of your grade will be a 100. Super easy. And I try to make it fun if I can. If you've recently taken Spanish 122, you may remember that the grammar in that whole course is a beast. There's so much difficult grammar. Spanish 123 is not as difficult, I don't think. So it's a little bit more laid back, I think, grammatically, which kind of makes it nice too. So does anybody have any questions kind of before I get started, if you're not sure about the structure of the class or language lab or anything like that?
I was just going to ask, I don't know if anybody else had the issue, but I was watching your videos last night and I kept trying to look at the reciprocal one and it showed up as the present perfect video.
Did anybody else have that problem? It may be the wrong link.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to bring it up. I didn't know if it was my computer or not, so.
I'll double check it. Here, I'll make myself a note. Because if I don't make myself a note, I'll forget. So the reciprocal pronouns.
Yeah, or yeah, the second one you had loaded.
Video, wrong link. Okay, I'll check on it either tonight or tomorrow morning and get it fixed. Sometimes that happens. Just let me know if something doesn't look right. Okay, so chapter 10 is all about the life cycle. So what it means by the life cycle doesn't mean like, well, I guess it does. It's like birth, you know, and then you grow up and then you eventually die. But it's more like major events that happen during your life cycle. So like birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, birth of children, graduations, stuff like that. So those kind of life events are what you're going to find in the vocabulary section. The first grammar topic that's covered in chapter 10 is the present perfect. I love to use the present perfect tense. It is super easy to form, and it is kind of it's a compound verb tense, so it makes you sound like you're a very knowledgeable, advanced Spanish speaker. So it sounds like this. Nosotros hemos comido. We have eaten. It's a way to talk about things that have happened in the past, but not that long ago. So like we have eaten sounds different than we ate. We have eaten. Or yo no he estudiado mucho. I haven't studied much. So like I said, it's a compound verb tense, which means there's two parts to it. There's two verbs involved. And the first verb is the verb haber, which means to have done something. Not to be confused with the verb tener, because that's the verb that means to have. Like I have, yo tengo 4 hijos, I have 4 kids, yo tengo una casa grande. Haber means to have done something. So it's that I have eaten, she has worked, they have run a marathon. It's that have part that comes before the verb. To conjugate the verb haber, it sounds like this. For yo, it's a. For tú, it's as. Él, ella, usted, it's a. Nosotros hemos, vosotros habéis. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes, han. Notice that H is silent. So that's going to come before the second part of the verb, which is the past participle. Those are super easy to form. If it's an AR verb, you just drop the AR and you add ado. If it's an ER or IR verb, drop the ER, IR, and add ido. So some examples down here at the bottom. I have eaten, yo he comido. She has spoken, ella ha hablado. We have learned, nosotros hemos aprendido. So far, so good? Send me a sign. Thumbs up, head shake, thank you, thank you, thank you. It makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself over here. So that's how we form the present perfect. There are a couple of verbs, that have irregular past participles. So these are verbs that you can't just drop the AR, ER, or IR and add ado or ido. So these are what these guys, I feel like sometimes there's just nowhere to put this out there. So abrir is abierto. Decir is dicho. Escribir, escrito. Hacer hecho. Morir muerto. Poner puesto. Ver visto and volver vuelto. I don't have a magic little nursery rhyme to help you remember those. Sometimes I do have a little rhyme up my sleeve, especially at the lower levels. I used to teach lower level Spanish in middle school, which was like a dog and pony show. So I was always coming up with like songs and dances. I don't have as much of that at this level, sorry. But I think you will realize that these guys are irregular when you try to do the ado and the ido. Like if you were to just drop the IR off of abrir and add ido, it would sound like abrido. I don't know. To me, that doesn't sound right. Maybe because I know it's abierto. But anyway, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. So that's not too bad. Ado, ido, and then those 8 irregulars. So I don't know, my computer's being funky with the mouse. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna practice forming the present perfect tense by answering questions about some of the things that you may or may not have done in the past. So you're gonna ask each other these questions, like, ¿has comido en un restaurante bueno? Sorry about the typo there, whoops. Let me fix it. I find that if I don't fix the typos immediately, then they just don't get fixed. Bueno, ¿has comido en un restaurante bueno? ¿Has escrito un email importante? ¿Has leído un libro bueno? So when your friend or partner in the class asks you one of these questions, you're just going to answer it in the yo form. So you can see here that the questions are all going to start with has. That's the have you. That's the to form. Have you, and then done all of these things. Has comido, has escrito, has leído. When you answer, you're going to use a. That means I have. So for example, if I were to start with Rebecca, and I said, Rebecca, ¿has comido en un restaurante bueno? She's going to answer with either sí or no, yes or no, and then he comido en un restaurante bueno. Okay, these are all just have you? Yes, I have. Have you? No, I haven't. If you're not sure what one of these is asking you, like if you're not sure what the verb is, ask me. They pay me to teach you this stuff, so I'm here to help. Okay. To avoid redundancy, we don't have to do the same question over and over again as I've done in the lower levels. So what you can do is you can pick whichever question you'd like to ask the person you're going to ask. What I usually do is when we come into the room, I write down everybody's name who's in here, and I tell you who you're going to talk to. So I would start with Rebecca because I see her directly underneath me. That's why I used her as an example. So I would ask Rebecca a question, she's going to answer me, and then she's going to ask Brianne. Okay? And then I'll tell you each person, and then you'll talk to the same person every time, so remember who you're asking. All right, Rebecca, ¿has comido en un restaurante bueno?
Sí, he comido en un restaurante bueno.
Perfect. And then Rebecca, yep, go ahead, ask Brianne. You can ask her any of them.
Brianne, ¿has leído un libro bueno?
Sí, he leído un libro bueno.
Muy bien. Brianne, you're going to ask Charles.
Charles, ¿has escrito un email importante?
Don't forget to turn your mic on.
Lo siento. Okay, sí, he escrito un email importante.
Perfect. Muy bien. And Charles, you're going to ask Cheyenne, or I'm sorry, Charlene.
Charlene? ¿Has nadado en el Océano Pacífico?
Sherilyn, are you there? Oh, turn your mic on.
I just realized that. You think I would kind of know by now. Si he visitó, oh wait, wrong one. Nado en la Oceana Pacifico.
Good. Nadado. Nadado.
Nadado.
Yep. Muy bien. Sherilyn, you're going to ask Nick.
Nick, ¿has comido en un restaurante bueno?
Where'd Nick go?
Sí, he comido en un buen restaurante.
Un restaurante bueno.
Un restaurante bueno.
Muy bien. Nick, you're going to ask Christina.
Cristina, ¿has nadado en el Océano Pacífico?
No he nadado en el Océano Pacífico.
Excelente. Christina, you're going to ask Beatriz.
Beatriz, ¿has visto una película interesante?
Sí, he visto una película interesante.
Muy bien. Beatriz, you're going to ask Brian.
Hi, Brian. ¿Has nadado en el Océano Pacífico?
No, yo no he nadado en el Océano Pacífico.
Okay, excelente. And then, who am I missing? Rebecca, Charles, Brian, Christina, Beatriz, Sherilyn, Brian, Nick. Is that everybody? Speak up if I missed you. Everybody's out of order on my list. Rebecca, Brianne, Sherilyn. Oh, I have 2 number 3s. Nah. There we go. I got everybody. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. And this time, hopefully you remember who you're talking to. This time, first of all, ask them a different question. And then second of all, if you're able to actually answer, like if you have eaten in a good restaurant, tell us what it is. Or if you've met a famous person, tell us who. Or if you swam in the Pacific Ocean, tell us when. Show me what you know. Show me what you know. If you're able to answer more than just directly the question by spitting it back, then do it. If you can't, fine too. Like I said, I'm not taking points off. All you're doing is getting participation points. But I'm just gonna kind of see if you guys can push the envelope a little bit here on this one. So I'm going back to start with Rebecca again. Rebecca, ¿has leído un libro bueno?
Sí, he leído un libro bueno. Harry Potter.
Ah, good. Muy bien. Yo leí Harry Potter.
Yo leí Harry Potter.
Yeah, es un libro muy bueno. Libros, todos los libros son muy buenos.
Sí.
Okay, Rebecca, ask Brianne a different question.
Brianne, ¿has conocido a una persona famosa?
No he conocido a una persona famosa.
Okay, all right. Muy bien. You are asking Sherilyn?
Who? Wasn't it Charles?
Charles. Okay, sorry. Charles.
Okay. Charles, ¿has visitado un película interesante?
Sí, he visto una película interesante en las montañas.
Okay, so has visto una película interesante means have you seen an interesting movie? So maybe you thought it was asking, have you seen an interesting view? Because un visto is like a view, like what a beautiful view. But the verb visto means seen.
Okay. Sí, he visto una película interesante, un documentario, Plastic Paradise.
¿Se trata de plastic surgery?
No, es un problema con
Plásticos.
plásticos, sí.
Mucho plásticos. Okay. ¿Y cómo afecta el mundo? Interesante. Muy bien, Charles. Remember who you were talking to Charlene then, right? I know I numbered you both 3. That's why my numbers were off.
Charlene, ¿has leído un libro bueno?
Let me think for a second. Libro. Is it asking me about a book or no? Am I wrong?
No, you're right. It's asking, have you read a good book?
Sí, he leído un libro bueno. Es all The Nightingale. How do I say that?
No, yeah. So you don't need to translate the name of a book.
But, yeah, because it's the name. Okay.
Right. So The Nightingale. Excelente. Muy bien. Do you remember who you're talking to? Nick, right?
Nick. Yep. Nick, has visitado una película interesante?
That's asking me if I've visited like an interesting place, right?
No, it's asking if you've seen an interesting movie.
Oh, darn. I got the same thing.
Remember, we just went through this with Charles.
Yes. Okay. No he visto una película interesante.
All right. Hang in there, Nick.
Yeah, I'm hanging in.
Hanging in there.
Christina.
Yep.
¿Has escrito un email importante?
No he escrito un email importante.
Okay. Are you Christina or Christina? Are we saying your name
It's
right?
Christina.
Okay.
Christina, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Was it Beatrice?
I believe so. Yep, Beatriz.
Oh, okay. Beatriz, has comido en un restaurante bueno?
Oh, so Beatriz, I muted your mic because we were getting some background noise. I just unmuted you. So go ahead.
Ok, sí he comido en un restaurante bueno, de diferentes tipos de comida. Uno de ellos puedo decir que es Cheesecake Factory.
Tienen muchas diferentes tipos de comida. Este restaurante tiene un libro para el menú, un libro grande.
Así es.
Sí. Muy bien. Beatriz, do you remember who you're talking to?
No.
Brian.
Sorry.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
Yep. So go ahead, ask him a different question this time.
Anyone?
Anyone you want.
Okay. Brian, ¿has conocido a una persona famosa?
Sí. Sí. Conocido.
Yo he conocido
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. ¿Es un cantante o un actor?
Jugar basketball.
Jugador de básquetbol. Okay. Steve Nash. ¿Y para quién juega? ¿Cuál equipo?
Lakers.
The Lakers. Okay. Muy interesante. Excelente, Brian. And then you were talking, no, you were last, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Again, my numbers are all off. Okay. So for those of you who have never done this before, who have never had a language lab, I usually cover 2 topics per hour. So I spend about 30 minutes on one, which is about how much time we've spent on the present perfect. So as you can see, this is not meant to be your only source of practice or instruction on these topics. It's a little instruction, a little bit of practice, but you're going to get more practice in your online homeworks and stuff and in the projects and everything. But this is a time for you guys to be able to practice speaking it a little bit. Any questions on the present perfect before we move on?
No.
Awesome. Okay. So the next topic that comes up for chapter 10 are the reciprocal actions or reciprocal pronouns. And so what this is, sorry, my mouse is being weird, is a way for Spanish speakers to express the idea of to each other or to one another, and they use the reflexive pronouns, se, nos, or os, with a verb that's not necessarily reflexive. So if you were just to use it with a reflexive, like one of the verbs that is reflexive, it would mean to themselves. So like nos with a reflexive verb like nos, oh my God, nos afeitamos. That means, you know, we shave ourselves. But if you use it with a verb that's not reflexive, it means to one another. So with se, you're going to conjugate the verb in the third person plural. Nos is in the nosotros form. Obviously, os is going to be the vosotros form of the verb. So let me show you what I'm talking about, and that might make a little bit more sense. Mi novia y yo nos besamos. That means we kiss each other. Juan and Lola, Juan y Lola se miran el uno al otro. They look at one another. Okay, there's not a whole lot of examples with this because it's either we do it to each other or they do it to each other. Not to sound a little weird, but that's really what this is talking about. Let's see. Juan y María se casaron. Juan and Maria married each other. They married to each other. Mi familia y yo nos ayudamos en la casa. My family and I, we help each other. We help each other at home. El perro y el gato se pelean constantemente. The dog and the cat fight with each other constantly. Okay, and so what I thought we could do, and this is actually a cool way for me to show you guys. Whoops, I thought I'd be able to copy that this way, but this is new. I've never done this before, but I liked this. So I thought I could show you all of the cool things that we can do here in Language Lab. So this is a website that you can go to practice little tidbits like this. So this is, oh, it's got music. I don't want the music. I guess I didn't have my volume on the other day when I was playing with this. But anyway, you can go to this website and you can, it has all different kinds of things over here on the menu. You can see there's different things. You can do flashcards, practice conjugation, a word of the day, which could be cool. But what I have pulled up here is a way to practice with the reciprocal verbs and the reciprocal pronouns. So can you guys, I don't know if you can or if you can't, click on the screen and type an answer in there, or do I have to do it? Somebody try it. Probably not. Now that would be cool if I could share my screen to the point where you guys could click on it. All right, I don't know if I can get past this weird elevator music in here. Why don't we just try to see if you guys have gotten it. So what would you do for ustedes and the verb quererse? I mean, if I turn the volume down, then I'm not going to be able to hear you guys. Oh, duh, there it is. Okay, yay. All right, Rebecca, what would you put in the blank there?
Ustedes se quieren.
Good, pretty close. Se quieren. Let's see. Genial, that means great. Se is the reciprocal pronoun for ustedes, and quieren is the present indicative for ellos, form of querer. Awesome job. Let's see what the next one is. And Brienne, nosotros escribirse todos los días. What would you put here?
It'd be nos escribimos.
Okay, so you want to put the verb in the nosotros form.
Yeah, I just escribim. I'm not saying it right. There we go.
That looks
That's
great.
speaking. I wasn't saying it. And then todos los días.
It's like this. Escribimos.
Escribimos.
You got it. I wish you guys could could type in here. That way I would have known that you knew, that I knew that you knew the right answer. Nos escribimos. It means we write to each other. We write each other every day. Charlene. Nope, Charles. Both my number 3s. Mi hermana y sus amigas mandarse muchos mensajes de textos. What are you going to write there for a reciprocal pronoun?
I'm not sure. Do you use nos here?
Nope, because it's mi hermana, my sister, y sus amigas, and her friends. So it would be they. Conjugate it for ellos.
Mi hermana y sus amigas mandarse.
Put the se before it, because that's the reciprocal pronoun that we need, and then conjugate it for ellos.
Se mandarseos.
Se mandan.
Se mandan, okay.
Se mandan. All right. Se is the reciprocal pronoun for ellos. Mandan is the present indicative of mandar. Now it's Charlene's turn. Podemos mirarse por horas. Oh, how beautiful. What a beautiful sentiment. We can look at each other for hours. Stare into each other's eyes for hours. So this one you're going to use, actually this one's a little trickier. So this one is the nosotros form. We can tell that we need the nosotros form because podemos is in the nosotros form. But because podemos is an already conjugated verb, hopefully you remember what you've learned about 2 verbs next to each other in Spanish. What's the rule?
I can't really remember. I'm trying to remember.
The rule about 2 verbs next to each other in Spanish is you conjugate the first one and you leave the second one unconjugated. But if there is a reflexive pronoun or a reciprocal pronoun, you have to change it. Even though the verb doesn't get conjugated, you still change it on the end. So this one would be podemos mirarnos.
Podemos mirarnos.
Mirarnos. Oops. Mirarnos. Oh, I just put the podemos.
Oh, yeah, the nos.
I didn't need to write the podemos. I just needed the verb mirarnos. See?
So you don't put the nos in there?
You put it at the end of the conjugated verb.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because, or unconjugated, sorry. You leave it at the end of the unconjugated verb. Nick, ellos perdonarse por la pelea.
Is it se
Yep.
perdona?
Make sure you conjugate it for ellos. Se perdonan.
Oh, perdonan. Okay.
Good. Muy bien. And then Christina?
Would it be se desperdian?
Despedir is the stem changer, so it's se despiden.
Okay.
This E right here, the second to last, or the second E, not the first one, changes to I. That one was tricky too. Beatriz. Ellos siempre, and then contarse todo.
Ellos siempre se cuentan todo.
Good. Se cuentan.
Ajá.
Yep. Excelente. And then Brian. Vosotros, and then conocerse. Uh-huh. Good. Conocéis. Forgetting the accent. Good. Okay. So I thought this is a good way for you guys to practice. If you want to grab this website, I'll send it to you in the chat. And that way you can also, I mean, I can also email it to you. But there you go. In case anybody wants to come back and visit this page for some more practice, you can see how nice it is. It just comes up with very simple examples. I mean, some of them are, some of them have like an irregular, like a stem changing verb or something, but they're not these long, it's not a whole paragraph where you need to fill in blanks. I get so frustrated sometimes with the textbook when they make things more complicated than it needs to be. I liked this because it's very simple and straightforward. And some of my students last quarter told me that stuff like this, they found very helpful. It was just an extra way to practice some of these pretty simple grammar concepts. So here's one more thing we're gonna do before we wrap it up for the evening. And it's another activity where you guys can ask each other questions, this time using the reciprocal pronouns. So kind of like the last thing that we did where you asked each other, us, have you done this? And you answered very simply, CA or no A. Yes, I did that, or no, yes, I have done that, or no, I have not done that. Same idea. Except these ones are you ask in the ustedes form. So let me write a note. So you're going to put the verb in the question. Look here at the example. Se abrazan mucho, tú y tus amigos. So in the question, let me see where I can write this. The question is going to be in the ustedes form. Unless anybody is from Spain and prefers the vosotros form, I speak mostly Mexican Spanish, so I use the ustedes form. The answer is going to be in the nosotros form, right? Because that just makes sense. If you ask, do you all do something? You're going to answer, we do it, or no, we don't do it. So the question is going to use the reciprocal pronoun se, yes, and the answer is going to use the reciprocal pronoun nos. So when you ask the person you're talking to a question, you're going to grab any one of these, and I can go through them in a minute and make sure you know what they all mean. Put the question in the ustedes form. Your friend is going to answer in the nosotros form. So the first one means, or mandarse muchos textos, send a lot of text messages. So the question would be, do you and your friends send each other a lot of texts? Yes, we send each other. Si nos mandamos, or no, no nos mandamos muchos textos. Ayudarse con la tarea, help with homework. Verse cada día, see each other every day. Some of these are a little weird. Siempre decirse la verdad, always tell the truth. Abrazarse mucho, to hug a lot. Do you and your friends hug a lot? comprarse muchos regalos. That means to buy each other many gifts or presents. Escucharse con paciencia, to listen with patience. Listen to each other patiently, I guess I should say. Respetarse, to respect each other. And then llevarse mal a veces means to not get along sometimes. Okay? Does everybody understand what you're doing? You can pick any one of these you want to ask your friend. We're going to talk to the same people we just talked to in that last activity. And I typically keep it that way. So try to remember who you always talk to. Okay? Cool? Everybody good? Does anybody have a question about what we're doing? Okay. Rebecca, tú y tus amigos se mandan muchos textos?
Sí. Nos mandamos muchos textos.
You got it. Perfect. Muy bien. That's exactly it.
Brienne, tú y tus amigos se ayudan con la tarea.
Muy bien.
No, nos ayudarse con la teoría.
No nos ayudamos. So you got to put the verb in the nosotros form in the answer. Con la tarea.
Ayudarnos con la tarea.
All right. Muy bien. Charles.
So se mandarse muchos textos, Charles?
Se mandan. Se mandan.
They mandan. Okay, I was getting confused. I feel like say was, I don't know, I felt like two, but it's not two. I'm thinking different.
No, because you're asking, do you all, you and your friends, you all. So
okay, I'm thinking you.
Say in the question, nos in the answer.
Okay, so se mandan muchos textos.
No, nos mandamos muchos textos con mi amigos.
Okay, muy bien.
Sherilyn, tú y tus amigos se escucharán con paciencia.
Se escuchan.
Escuchan. Se escuchan con paciencia.
Good.
No. No nos escuchamos con paciencia.
Con paciencia. Muy bien. You got it.
Nick. Nick say would I just say respetars?
Se respetan.
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 Sí, nos respetiste. Respetamos. And then I ask Christina, right?
Yes.
Christina, se ayudarse con la tarea.
Se ayudan.
Ayudan con la tarea.
Sí, nos ayudamos mucho.
Good. Yeah. Yay.
Okay.
Woo.
Beatriz, tú y tus amigos se compran Muchos
Yay.
regalos.
You got it.
Sí, mis amigos y yo nos compramos muchos regalos.
Excelente.
Brian, ¿tú y tus amigos escuchan con paciencia?
Sí. Escuchamos con
No,
paciencia.
nos escuchamos.
Escuchamos con paciencia.
Muy bien. Lordy, gracias a Dios. Okay, vamos a pasar una vez más. We're going to go one more time through. Remember, first of all, just make sure you ask your partner a different question that you just asked them. The question is in the ustedes form, the nosotros is in, or the answer is in the nosotros form. Okay? Rebecca, ¿tú y tus amigos se abrazan mucho?
Can you tell me one more time what that means?
Yes, abrazarse mucho means to hug each other a lot.
Oh, no, no nos abrazamos mucho.
Good. No. No.
Brian, ¿tú y tus amigos se escuchan con paciencia?
Mhm.
No, nos escuchamos con paciencia.
Woo! Good job. All right. Now we're getting it. Cooking with gas.
Charles, se respetan.
Yay. Come on, Charles. We're on a roll.
No, nos respetamos.
No? Let me pause for a second and make sure you know what you're saying.
I don't.
Okay. Well, as happy as I am that you said it correctly, because I am extremely happy, as you can tell, you just told us that you and your friends don't respect each other.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
That's not a good friendship. It's
Yeah,
time to
no.
break up with those friends and find some you
Yeah.
respect. Okay, that's what
Yeah.
that means. Respetarse, to respect each other. Okay,
Okay.
now you know what's going on. Let's move on.
Okay, sí. Sí, nos respetamos.
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 Yep.
Sherilyn, tú y tu familia abrazarse mucho.
Se abrazan.
Se abrazan mucho.
What is what is that?
Means to hug each other a lot.
Oh, sí, abramos
Nos
abramos mucho.
Nos abrazamos mucho.
I'm getting tongue-tied. Abramos mucho.
Okay.
Did I say that right?
Abrazamos, yeah, more or less.
Nick. Se verse cada día.
Se ven.
Se ven cada día.
Sí, versamos cada día.
Forgot the nos.
No, sí, nos. I knew I paused. I knew there was
Nos
something
vemos.
missing. No, okay. Nos besamos cada día.
Nos vemos.
Nos vemos?
Nos
Or am I
vemos.
looking at the wrong one?
She asked you this one, verse cada día, if you and your friends see each other every day. Sí, nos vemos, or no nos vemos.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're correct. Of course you are. You're the teacher.
I'm not always correct.
No,
I'm
no.
not always correct.
Okay, sí, nos vemos cada día.
Very good. That's
Now we're
correct.
both correct. Okay.
You are correct now as well, my friend.
Christina, se abrazan mucho?
Good.
No, nos abrazamos mucho.
Good. Muy bien.
Beatriz, tú y tus amigos mandan muchos textos.
Se mandan.
Se mandan muchos textos.
No, yo y mis amigos no nos mandamos muchos textos.
No?
Mm-mm.
Mm. And then Brian.
Brian, tú y tus hermanos se llevan mal a veces.
Sí.
Probably.
Or nos llevamos mal a veces.
Good. Muy bien. You know what that one means, Brian? You remember?
Something to wash the bad things.
No. Say llevarse. This is an expression. This is
Arrive,
an
right?
idiomatic expression. It means to llevarse bien or llevarse mal. It means to get along. So llevarse bien, to get along well. Llevarse mal, to not get along. So she was asking if you and your siblings sometimes don't get along well. Probably, right? See?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo, we made it through. All right, let me just start by saying I have a lot of love for you guys already, but holy cow, some of you guys need to practice your conjugations. This was present tense. So this was Spanish 121. There was a whole heap of crap you learned in Spanish 122 that came between what this was practicing and what we're actually going to do this quarter. So it is important that you guys know your conjugations. So if that's something you need to brush up on, you don't need to announce it publicly in here. Send me a little email and I can hook you up with some videos or some practice or some worksheets or some more websites like the one I just showed you where you can like just type in practicing. Because coming into Spanish 123, you should be able to conjugate in the present tense, irregulars and regulars. You should be able to conjugate in the preterite tense. You should be able to conjugate in the imperfect tense. You should be able to form commands. So you should be able to do all of this stuff that we did because, like I said, the grammar for this course is not as difficult. We actually just stick with the subjunctive pretty much the entire quarter. But if you're struggling with conjugating in the present tense, which is what this was doing, I'm a little fearful. But not that you guys can't do it, but you might need to just go brush up a little bit. Okie dokie. So it was, well, this was fun for me anyway. So thank you for making my evening more fun. I will see you guys next week, next Monday night. So in the meantime, your job is to maybe go back and study your conjugations. Keep chug-a-lugging through the chapter 10 assignments. Most of them are in your textbook online, iLearn. You're gonna find like a discussion forum post in Canvas and a little, I call them vlogs. So it's like a blog, but you're gonna submit a little video. That's your capstones this quarter, little videos, and they don't have to be long. And that's about it. Do you guys have any questions for me before you sign off?
For the quizzes, where are they in iLearn?
Okay, so I'm in the process. I'm transitioning the quizzes for this course from the iLearn quizzes. I'm going to be putting them into Canvas.
Oh, okay.
So chapter 10, I have them made. I just need to publish them. And then as we go through the course, you're not going to be taking the quizzes in iLearn. You're going to be doing them in Canvas.
Okay.
Okay. So they're going to be just like the ones you did for 121 and 122. but I was doing them in iLearn, and I'm not going to be anymore.
Okay.
Okay? So you'll see them there, hopefully. Any other questions?
Well, I want to say I'm sorry because I was late, but I was lost. I was trying to link follow the link, and my computer says that cannot follow the link or something like that. So I went to models, and then I checked all the information, and that's why, that's where I found the
right link.
The thing to connect with you guys. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. I'm glad you made it. So no problem. It's the first night. You know, it always happens. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
All right, mis amigos, pues hasta la semana que viene, hasta el lunes, y buenas noches. Adiós.
Adios.
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 It was. Now I gotta figure out how to leave this.
I know. So there's just click on the X.
Yeah.
X right out of it.
Thank you.
Yep. It took me like 2 years to figure that out.
Okay, thank you.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Bye.